My friends, let the adventure begin. For this adventure, I am off trail and I'm exploring the mountains, namely these incredible balds here that extend for miles this way. As it stands right now, we have a tropical system moving into the area, and already rain has begun to fall. Right now it is very light, but it should pick up in just a little bit. For now, folks, we're simply going to do some exploring before we stop, throw up a tarp, and have lunch. It has been years and years since I've been out to this location. I don't even remember the last time I was out here, but I do remember the last trip that I filmed in this area. I came out, I want to say it was quite cool that day, maybe a freezing rain sort of trip. I pitched a tarp right over here between these trees, set up a chair, started cooking, had a great time. I love seeing all of the fall color coming on strong. It's gonna be a beautiful fall as far as the trees go. And hopefully it cools down rather soon. As for today, it's quite cool. We're looking at 52 degrees Fahrenheit. So without a doubt, this is a cool rain. A cool rain that really does feel amazing with this breeze, especially as I'm hiking along here. I have no idea why, but I'm the only person out this direction hiking around today. Nobody was at the trailhead parking lot. Over here is where I set up my camp at years and years ago. I remember it like it was yesterday. I set up the tarp between these two trees here, sat right here and had lunch. It was cold and icy that day. It was perfect. More than anything, I'm just walking around today, exploring the area to see how things have changed, if they have changed. As you all can see, I have my rain jacket on, but I'm starting to think I need to put on my rain pants. Not only is the intensity of the rain picking up, but I just received an alert saying that moderate rain was approaching and that it was going to hit in about 10 minutes. We might as well go shields up. Pay attention, everyone, to the way that I pack this bag here. Compression strap off, open up the lid, and right here we have my rain pants. I hope it starts raining really hard to make putting on these pants worth it. These pants are going to raise the temperature quite a bit. The shields are up. Jacket on, pants on. We're ready to rock and roll now. Let's go. One thing that I've noticed that's different about this area is that it hasn't been cattled in a really long time, numerous years. The last time I was out here, all of the grass and everything had been munched up. There were cow patties everywhere. That is certainly not the case now. No, this is not a human trail. This is an old cattle trail. And now it's a game trail. Look at how overgrown this is. Huh. If it wasn't for this trail, I don't think I'd be hiking this. I can say, everyone, that the rain has picked up some. It's coming down just a little heavier than it was before. What we have here is an old apple tree, a tree that died a long time ago. It's time for the hood. Whew. This is a really cool spot, folks. I would love to pitch my tarp over there underneath that little apple tree, just stare at the mountains, maybe watch a storm come in. Or I should say, go by. I don't necessarily want to be up here during a thunderstorm. You all know what I mean. Anyways, right now I'm hiding out underneath this huge tree here, getting out of the rain for a second. Wow. This is beautiful. I have to admit though, I am a little bit concerned. This is really, really overgrown. So overgrown, in fact, I'm not sure if we can even hike to where I want to go. I don't know if I can get through this, folks. This is nothing but briars here. All of this. What I'm going to do is try to get next to the fence line and hike that. That might be easier to do than just walking this field. Oh yeah. This is so much better. At the same time, I'm protected, so I can take this off and get a little bit of airflow. By the way, folks, I don't believe I've mentioned what this storm system is. This is a tropical system that's off the coast of North Carolina right now. I don't know if it's been named or not. It is still hundreds and hundreds of miles away, but yet it is throwing moisture all the way up here into the mountains, and it's still out in the ocean. The current forecast is for 4 to 8 inches of rain starting really later on tonight. This here is just a precursor of what's to come. I would love to go out for a camping trip in this, but unfortunately I have something that I have to do tomorrow morning at 7:30. So there's just no way that I can make it work. Not without getting up at like, I don't know, 4 o'clock in the morning or something. You know me, I have to get out into the rain, so this is the best that I can do. But that's okay, because this is a ton of fun. I love exploring cool places, and this is definitely a cool place. I would love to be able to get over to this forest here, but it's not possible. All of these weeds and all this stuff here, the flowers, we're talking about 3-4 feet high. It looks like for this trip, I'll be skirting the fence line. One interesting thing about this hike here, and also the weather, is that this is a storm system that I've been tracking myself, that I've been forecasting myself. Recently, I had a viewer reach out to me. His name is Sean, and he put an idea in my head. Since the weather forecasts, the meteorologists are always wrong, why don't I do the forecasting myself? Thanks to your idea, that's exactly what I've done. And right now we're out in the rain. 2 weeks ago, I began looking at weather forecasting models, including the GFS. The GFS showed this weather system developing off the coast and coming right over the top of the mountains here. As soon as that showed up on the GFS model, I began checking out sites like AccuWeather, Weather Channel, and so on. And nobody was calling for this. When they did begin talking about it, it was still unlikely. But what do you know, folks? I predicted this one right, with the assistance of some weather models. Does that make me a pro? Absolutely not. I barely know what I'm doing. But my success rate is 100%. Beat that, everyone else. No, I'm definitely not a forecasting pro or anything like that. But I am developing some new skills. And so far, it's paying off. I mean, check this out. We're out here in the rain, in a beautiful place. The conditions are absolutely perfect today, too. One thing that I'm keeping an eye out for here are holes in the ground. More specifically, I'm looking for yellow jackets. This is the year of the yellow jacket, folks. Like at Lone Wolf Mountain, there are nests in the ground everywhere. When I was a kid, my grandfather would say when the yellow jackets are nesting in the ground, that means that a bad winter is coming. I guess we'll find out whether or not he was right. Honestly, I've never paid attention to that before, so I honestly do not know. Have you ever heard that before? If so, comment down below. Share your thoughts. Is that accurate? Lots of deer poop. It's everywhere. They must like to travel this route here. Check this out, everyone. Down here is where I wanted to go today. We bypassed this entire area, and the place I wanted to go is only a stone throw away. Okay, what I need to do is get down from here to that spot. This is what I'm thinking. Over here, there's too many briars, too many briars. Right over here, there's a gap. That looks like the only way to go. I sure am glad I have my rain pants on. I can't even imagine how many ticks are out here. With those deer having that trail up there, with them laying out there and eating around here, the amount of ticks we're talking about has to be in the millions. This is a really nice spot here. It's perfect. Unfortunately, I'm not done hiking yet. It seems like it's a little bit early to stop hiking, but I'm glad to see that this spot is still here, undisturbed. The only one that's been out here recently has been the squirrels preparing for winter, and that's it. That is a beautiful spot, and it's perfect to stop at. But I'm not ready. Let's keep on going. I want to do some more exploring, folks. We might as well. It's not really raining that hard at the moment. Just a slight drizzle. But the heavy stuff, it's coming. This is steep. Far steeper than it appears, I promise. This here is almost vertical. Whew. My calves are burning. But we made it. Looks like the rain is starting up again. I just received a notification saying that in 20 minutes, moderate rainfall is going to begin. We have received plenty of those notifications, but so far it's just been light rain. Honestly, it's perfect, folks. This is making for the perfect hiking weather. Take a look at how beautiful this place is. I am sure you would join me if you could, right here in this spot. You know, everybody, I did a stealth camp adventure here one time. It was back there on top of the hill. That just came to me. I was using a very rare military tent, a European one. Basically, I set it up, went to bed, and by morning, heavy rain had moved in. I was a wet dog by the end of that trip. Sounds like the rain is picking up just a little bit. We are now getting pretty close to the edge of the forest here. In other words, about as far as we can go easily. We have hiked miles and miles out here. I mean, we started on the other side of that mountain, way back there. Now that we've made it to the edge of the forest here, it is time to backtrack just a little bit and find a place to stop for a very late lunch. As it stands right now, it's quite a bit later than I expected. It's actually after 5 p.m. That means that we have less than 2 hours of light left. Before you know it, it'll be dark. The rain is indeed picking up some. Feels good. It's just enough to cool me down. Overall, this hike has been pretty strenuous. A lot of up and down, all of it very steep. As an update, everybody, I'm working my way back up the mountains here. Basically, I want to get to the far side of that one mountain I showed you all. That way I can easily hike back to my vehicle when it gets dark. That's because I can tell it's going to be late once I wrap all this up. More than anything, I'm just making my life nice and easy once the sun goes down. It's raining, everybody. Whew! Everybody, we have made it. We got the tarp set up in the nick of time. It's now raining pretty good out there. More impressively though is the wind. The wind is beginning to pick up. Now later on tonight, the winds are supposed to get up to like wind gusts of like 40 miles an hour, sustained around 25. I don't know if we'll see that or not. I should be out of here by that time, you know, by the time the wind really picks up. But I tell you, folks, it feels good. You know what I mean? We had a really good hike. The temperatures are perfect. The breeze is perfect. But now I'm ready for coffee and I'm ready for lunch. I'm starving. Cheers, everyone. Cheers. This is an elegant blend of who knows what. What I do know is that this is good and it's also very strong. And that is exactly the way I like it. As it stands, it's been raining for, I don't know, about 35 minutes now. It's not heavy by any means, but it is wind driven. All that I know is that I'm glad to be underneath this tarp because this is nice. The tarp is blocking most of the wind. I'm sitting here with some coffee, and here in a second we'll make a really good lunch. For this late lunch slash dinner, I am having pork sloppy joes, along with sour cream and cheddar mashed potatoes. There is nothing quite like sitting underneath a tarp with the rain coming in, the wind hitting the tarp itself. It's exciting. And at the same time, relaxing. As far as the time goes, it is flying by. It's a little bit after 7 o'clock now. The sun goes down 7:33, so we have 33 minutes of light left. I tell you what, I'm going to pound this coffee because I need this pot, and then we'll go ahead and start our late lunch dinner, whatever you want to call it, we need to start it. So, cheers, everyone, cheers. This smells so incredibly good, along with the mashed potatoes. Oh yeah. Pork sloppy joes with Kinder's barbecue sauce, with sour cream and onion potatoes. I'm pretty sure I just spit all over the place. My mouth is watering, sorry about that. Let's give this a shot. Honest opinion. Cheers. That is awesome. It's freezing cold though. It's almost like I didn't heat it up at all. That's a little behind the scenes action for you all. It takes so much time to like film everything and set everything up. Oftentimes by the time I get done cooking, I'll do some filming, I'll sit down, I'll go to eat. It's cold. It's cold now, but it's really good. Oh yeah. That is such a good combination there. Sloppy joes, mashed potatoes, in the rain, in the wind. Life is good. I know exactly what you're thinking, folks, but you're wrong. I am not the sauce boss. The sauce boss is my brother-in-law. I've never seen anything like it. He's probably not watching this, so it's okay. We had lasagna. He took the ranch dressing and squeezed out about half of the bottle just on his lasagna alone. I've never seen anything like it. It's amazing. I'm a little bit concerned about his health, but he is the official sauce boss, no doubt. The storm is coming in now. We are under these gigantic trees here, so the rain's not really hitting the tarp like it would outside of the forest, but it's raining quite hard right now. getting foggy, everybody. And the wind direction is changing. Basically today, as this storm's been coming in, the winds were coming this way, then this way, and now they're coming this way. Basically as that storm rotates and comes up this direction. This would be a fun storm to camp out in, but unfortunately I have something to do tomorrow morning, as I said, so that's not possible. I mean, I guess anything's possible, but I shouldn't do it. Even though a part of me thought about it. I can get up at 4 o'clock. Yeah, I could drive a couple hours and then go do what I have to do. I could, but I better not. In last week's adventure, I was talking about going solo as far as like going out camping, and I was talking about going with other people, being part of a wolf pack, so to speak. I hear from a lot of people who are really uneasy about going out camping by themselves. Doing a camp like this is a fantastic way to tiptoe into doing that. You go out for a day trip, you bring a tarp with you, a chair, a good meal, some coffee, you hike around, you set up your tarp. Not only are you going to get experience with your tarp, with your gear, with yourself, the outdoors, the conditions, at the same time it's going to condition you to go out all by yourself. So you can go out lone wolf style. And of course, if that's just something you do not want to do, that's fine. With that being said though, I know there's a lot of people who want to go out by themselves, but they're a little bit uneasy, and I understand that. This, my friends, is a fantastic way to get to that point. Here we go, everybody. Last bite. Last bite of potatoes. Our late lunch, dinner, whatever you want to call it, was fantastic. It is now 8 o'clock in the evening, and it's time for me to break all of this down and go home. I'm going to go ahead, clean all of this up, break it down, pack it up, and then I'll bring you all back when I'm ready to hike. It's time to go. It's also getting pretty cold too. As you all can see, it's raining, it's windy, it's cool, it's perfect. Let's go, everyone. This has been a fantastic trip. Thank you all so much for joining me on it. I saw that this tropical storm was coming in and I could not resist going out. Especially with the forecast proving correct. It is dark, folks. I need to take a second here and orientate myself. Okay. This is the way. This is a very cold rain, folks, no doubt about it. It still looks like the heaviest part of the rain is going to come in late tonight. 4 to 8 inches of rain. It's a lot. Hopefully you all can see me. This camera is soaked, and at the same time, it is super foggy. I love a good night hike. And we are definitely hiking in the dark, that's for sure. I want to thank you all very much for joining me for this trip. I hope you all have had a great time like I have. If you have enjoyed this episode, hit the thumbs up. I do appreciate it big time. I will see you all next week with the next reviews and the next adventure. Strength and honor. Bye for now.